Hi, I'm Cori Wamsley. I'm the CEO of Auroracorialis Publishing, and I'm also an author of 10 books and a writing coach. And today we're going to talk about how to write an effective chapter for an anthology or a group book or whatever it is you want to call one of those books where a whole bunch of authors get together and they're each sharing a chapter. So when they push it out, it's more effective, you get lots more exposure, all those wonderful things. So some of the things that I've seen from anthologies are that the authors don't know what they want to write about. Sometimes the anthology leaders give really great tips. They have a very narrow idea of what they want their authors to write. And I think that is incredibly helpful. So if you are leading an anthology, make sure that you give your authors some parameters so they know what kind of stories you want them to share. If you are actually one of the authors in an anthology and you don't get a lot of tips on that, start by looking at what the book is about. What is it that they initially pitched and said, hey, this is what we're going to be doing? You want to see maybe some of the other people who are in that book. What do you think they're going to be sharing? Who is the audience for this book going to be? So let's say that it's a bunch of women who are business owners. We've done a lot of those, right? So if there are, let's say 20 women who are business owners and they're all sharing how they've overcome challenges to get to success, that tends to be a really common one to do. And they are fantastic stories. So you as the author need to look at what you want to share that's going to help you and also help all the other authors in this book. How do you figure that out? Well, you start by looking at the type of person who's going to be reading this book. So if it's a book about women entrepreneurs, then chances are a lot of other women entrepreneurs are going to be reading this book. It could be friends and family of the other authors, all of that stuff. What is it you want them to get out of it, though? Do you want them to come back to you? So let's say you're a health coach. This is perfect for you, especially if you work with other women. You want to make sure that people understand what your journey is so they understand, or so they get that you understand them. What it doesn't look like is writing out a cover letter, like when you're applying for a job. I've seen lots of chapters that sound almost like a sampler platter. Let's use that phrase. A sampler platter of everything that they've accomplished in their lifetime. That's wonderful if you're doing a cover letter and you're trying to land a job, or if you're doing some sort of a cover letter where you're trying to, land a talk. Something like that might work out well, but if you're doing a chapter in a book like that, that's not going to work as well. What you want to do is select one thing, maybe one aha, one challenge, one thing that's, a similarity clear through your life, something that has woven clear through everything. Pick that one thing and focus on it. So let's go back to the health coach who works with women. Let's say that she had a big health challenge when she was in her early 20s. Let's say she had a lot of struggles. Maybe she was in a difficult relationship. Maybe she was moving a lot. Maybe she had a tough job that she was working that was super stressful. She gained a lot of weight. She was very unhealthy. She wasn't sleeping well. And that started impacting all of the other things in her life. So that woman isn't going to tell me her whole story, right? She's a health coach. So she wants to pick out the pieces that are going to connect with others because she wants them to see, hey, I've been through this challenge too. How about you come back to me and we'll work together? So she's going to focus on maybe that part in her early 20s and explain that story. This is how I was feeling. This is what I was going through. This is how I got there. And this is how I got myself out. And then you can move on to since then. These are some of the things that I've been able to accomplish. You want to make sure that the focus is on story. You want to draw the reader in and help them connect with you. If you're writing something that sounds too much like a cover letter, or if it sounds too much like a resume, or if it sounds too much like your about page, that's not what they're looking for. People really want to connect, so you need to focus on story and you need to showcase what your expertise is. I'm going to give one more example. So let's say that you are a marketer and you work with men and women. You work with mostly individual companies. So what do I mean by that? Like a single person owned company. You wouldn't be working with huge corporations. Maybe your focus is people like that health coach I was talking about. So let's say that you're a marketer and that's where you want to focus. What is it that got you into that and that gets you excited to work with these kind of people? What are some of the challenges that you've seen that have encouraged you to work with them? Maybe you've been through something yourself. Maybe you started out doing health coaching or something else, and you realize, hey, there's really a need for marketing. I don't understand this. Or maybe you do understand it and lots of other people don't. So you've decided to focus on marketing. It's helpful for people to see where you came from and how you got where you are today so they understand that you get them. That's how you write an effective chapter in an anthology. Make sure that it's showcasing your story, but it's also bringing them back to you as the expert. So if you are writing that, good luck with your story. Good luck with your book. I hope it turns out amazing. If you guys don't have a place for your book, talk to me. Reach out at auroracorialispublishing.com and go to our contact page and let me know what it is that you guys are working on. If you are hoping to start an anthology or a group book, reach out. That's something that I help people do too. I love helping them be able to gather the right authors together who have the right mindset, who are all aligned so you guys can reach your goals together.